Hello. As people roll in, you can answer open question. What's your favorite feature in Marky? Be interested to hear what you're using, what you're enjoying. Welcome to Marky Office Hours for this month. We do this every month. We moved it to the first Thursday of every month. We'll be doing office hours. So we are the founders. I'm Elisha. I lead the product design.
Hey, I'm Josiah, CEO.
And yeah, today we'll kind of go through the new features that we've released over this past month, as well as have an opportunity for, community input and questions at the end of this. So we'll just hop right into it. So some of the features we released this month. This month has been one of our most productive months, honestly, ever in Marky. There's lots of cool new features in here, and I think we're kind of starting to get into the flow of some of the development, some of our process. So there's just more good things to come, but let's get into it. To start out, we have caption updates. So these are updates that are around the post editor and ways that you can work with your caption.
Yeah, so the first one here, to give some context, you can see these new panels if you go click on a new post. And starting off, it's not always clear how you're gonna write a caption. So we added this button called Generate that allows you, when you're creating a new post, to generate a caption, and it will include your business context if you have that selected. And also it'll look at the image. So, maybe a good use case here is, you take a picture of it just snowed and you want to upload that to Marky, and then you want like a clever caption that's somehow related to your business and the image you just uploaded. So that's what this generate button's for, helps you when creating a new post.
Yeah, and you can also access this if you already have a caption, but you want to just start from scratch. You like the design, but you want a new caption. It'll be in your quick edit menu, and you can access the panel from there. But this is a trend that Marky is trying to add more ways to be flexible with a variety of art styles, and kind of make it a lot more flexible with whatever style you're working with. And so some of these updates you actually see in here all kind of lean into being able to work with a post a lot easier after the initial generation and being able to get it closer to that 100% final result. The generate can sometimes get you 80% of the way, but kind of also help you in that last 20%. So that's part of this update. We also got AI Modify with snippets. This is also in that vein of, getting at the final percent. There used to be this modify, or there has been this little modify button in the corner there of your caption. You can click it to type in and tell it how you want to rewrite the caption. So if you also have, if there's a certain sound that it's not quite getting, but you want it to get to sound a certain way, you could write in that modify caption, say exactly how you want it to sound, which is great, and that's what it was in there. But now we've added snippets, and snippets are just a faster way to save those commands. So here, there's some example snippets of Gen Z lingo, sound more natural. You can add whole descriptions about how you want it to sound, how you want it to edit the caption. So this is a great way to, and then all you have to do is, after you've created a snippet, it's really quick to find those, include those, and run snippets on your captions. So that's like a post effect on your caption to modify. If you're editing it in a pretty consistent way and you're like, oh, I always have to do this to a post, this is one way that you could do that.
Yeah, and another editing menu item here. If you, again, are on your post editing and you click that little edit button, you'll see these new buttons that just showed up, I think, right before our last office hours, but we've kind of hashed them out. And so you'll see this little button called Optimize for All Platforms, and that's under the caption writing dropdown, as you can see. So what that will do is it will take the caption that you currently have globally and customize it for each platform. And so if you want to, by default, Marky wants to make it as, the overall goal of Marky is to make things as easy as possible for people that want that, but for people that want to drill in, allow them that flexibility and make that as easy as possible. So by default, Marky will post, the same post to all the platforms. However, if you have certain differences between the platforms, you see a post that you like, you can go in there, you can just click this button, and it will now customize that post. It's like a smart reposting. So it's not just posting the same content anymore, it's actually doing slightly different. And Eli will show you in the next slide how to customize this functionality if you're not quite happy with how it's customizing. But the other thing here is on the design side of things, you can also resize for each platform. So each platform has a different, ideal ratio. And so you can click this button and it will automatically take the design and rebuild it for each platform. Obviously, that's if the design is a design that is an actual design. If it's just an image you upload, but yeah,
it'll still work. Yeah.
Yes.
There you can wait. Did you?
I think it's for the.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
there we go.
You can also edit all the defaults for these two buttons, and so you can edit the default of how it customizes it for a social. Or how it rewrites the caption basically for each social, you can have edit control of that. And then same with resizing per social. You can choose what default sizes you want, or what sizes you want. And then to clarify, it's only when you click the button does it actually resize at the moment. But you can set what those preferences are in your business settings. So you can choose your resize settings and your business settings.
Before we go on, do you want to take a quick break for questions? Yeah. Also, if you have questions, I don't want you to forget them. So I know we're going pretty fast through a lot of features here. So feel free to paste in the chat. And then when we stop, we can address your questions. But as of right now, it doesn't look like this.
So should we ask or should we put in the chat?
Putting it in the chat's the best.
Okay.
So, thanks.
Yeah, we'll stop for questions every now and then. Cool. So there's also just released recently trending hashtags, so you can have add hashtags to your post, and there's lots of information here. There's ways to see stats about which hashtags are performing the best. You can see what's trending, niche hashtags, search hashtags. And then there's also a collections feature. So if you want to connect certain hashtags that you're using frequently together, and then you can do that by adding a collection, and you can apply that collection to a post. So just a lot easier ways to use hashtags and include hashtags in your posts.
Cool. Yeah, and it looks like we've had a couple questions flowing in.
We'll talk about new features or a feature request at the end of the meeting. We can cover those stuff.
But yeah, I mean, the Instagram setting a size as default is, I think, something that we plan to do soonish.
Yeah, so we will plan on setting the default for all your posts. You'll be able to set one default, and then you can resize it as a separate function. But yeah, we plan on adding that.
YouTube's on our list. It's not the highest requested feature, but it's up there. So yeah, I think we're working on some other higher requested features right now. You can add music to the posts. If you didn't know that, you open any post in the design editor, you click animate, and you can add and edit the music. We actually have a few slides.
We'll talk about. You can revise images. So at the top, there's tabs for each social. So you can go to the social you want to see the revised image for, and you can see the version on that specialized for that social. Right now, there aren't any custom settings for every social other than like customizing the caption size, but that is something down the road we would support. Cool. All right, we're gonna keep going. Get through some more of these. So the next step is we have some more updates on the design side of Marky. So the design editor. First off, this is one of the, in my opinion, one of the biggest updates and just quality of life features that we've released is there's a templates tab on the design editor. and you can see all of the templates that Marky has. You can go through all the themes, click any theme, and see all the individual templates within that theme. What's also really great about this is any post you have open, you can go in here and switch the design. It will copy over all the content, but it will have the new design. And you can so you can really quickly go between, if you have a caption you really like and you have maybe the wording of the design is good, but you don't like the design itself, you can switch designs. Also, what's great about this is we've had a lot of customers say that, you know, they wish there was a better way to see the individual templates within a design to figure out which templates they like. Well, now you can actually do that. You can, right now you can just do it from here. We'll add it to the theme selection later, but here you can preview them. There's also a little check mark that you can enable and disable them directly from this design editor. So it should be a really easy way to browse the themes, find things you like, and switch out themes and templates for individual posts you're working with.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. If you've gotten a chance to use it, I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the chat. But it was, you know, we've been asked to, reveal like the templates that are in a theme for a long time. And so now that you can actually control which themes, I think some people may choose to use this instead of our current theme browser, because you can actually see what templates are in each theme to be able to go and enable and disable themes. And yeah, it's pretty slick how it just fills in the content into each template.
And the one other part about that is, say you don't even like the copywriting on the design, well, you can fix that too. We added this AI write button at the top there. And what that will do is it will take your caption and it will write all your text for this design using that caption. Or say I had a design that was just an image design and I have the caption, but I want a carousel instead. Well, now you can do that. You can open up this, choose a carousel template, and then AI write, and that will fill in all the text for that carousel based on that caption.
Yeah. Or a meme. I mean,
Yeah.
they have over like 100 different memes, and they've all been programmed into the AI. So you can switch to any of the memes and click AI write, and it'll create a meme for your post.
Yeah. For some of the questions, so we got to this is in the design editor. So any post you open and you're editing the design of, that's how you get to this theme templates area. And yeah, for optimized preferences, you can, for Google Business, tell it to not add phone or website, but keep in mind those preferences will only take effect if you're customizing it for that social.
If you click to optimize. But also to your question, Mike, is that Michael? Yeah, chat with us over chat, because we should have been taking care of that, but yeah.
Let's see.
Any updates on the logo issue?
Oh, logo size. Yes.
Yeah.
So we did a small fix that it used to be when you dragged in an image, it would become really big.
Logo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there was one he was saying where it used to be when you dragged in an image, it would drag in really big. Remember you fixed that?
Well, so in terms of actually being able to choose a preset size for a logo, this is something we want to add, and we're getting closer to adding it. It's not there yet, but we do want to support where you can choose like large, medium, or small for what size you want your logo at by default, but it's not part of it yet because it's right now it's as part of the template, but we do plan on adding that in the future.
Yeah.
You want to talk about this?
Yeah, so we were requested by our beta users to be able to choose the area in the music that actually gets applied to your post. And so, we wanted to ship that for you guys. So now you can open your audio, and any music that you add, there's a little audio button in the design editor in the top right, and you can click edit, or you click audio, and it opens this panel. So you can actually choose the area of the soundtrack and as well as the sound level, the music level. Additionally, while we were here type thing, we added some extra little quality of life features that I think are pretty slick.
Yeah, so there's a little preferred music tags section here. When you're searching music, you can click on these tags to basically kind of think of them as favoriting them or bookmarking them. If you have that tag saved, then, so right here, you can add tags, and if they're saved, then whenever Marky automatically chooses music for you, it will pull from those tags only. So it won't use the entire media library. So when you click animate, for example, it'll automatically choose a soundtrack for you. If you want to have a little bit more control over what soundtracks it's choosing from, you can set preferred music tags, and it will only pull from those music tags.
Sorry, I just realized that they can't actually see our cursor. No, that's unfortunate.
Okay. That's fine. We've also updated some things to the account in terms of ways that you can set up your account, set up your preferences.
Yeah, so users have been actually loading more and more topics into Marky since we started introducing categories and such. And we found that this is actually a really great way to get more variety out of Marky and to kind of bridge your workflows. So a lot of our users are using, you know, other AI tools outside of Marky, such as ChatGPT or Claude, and we kind of wanted a way to be able to work with those tools and kind of allow you to own your own workflow. So, you know, I don't know, I'm sure y'all, maybe some of you have used like, say, deep research or something like that with ChatGPT. So say you want to do deep research into an area, and then you can bulk import, you can have it export all of its findings as topics. And if you go into your topics, you can see a bulk add in the top right-hand corner. And you can click that, and it will tell you how you just copy and paste basically this prompt into ChatGPT. It will give you a whole list, and you know, and then ChatGPT will spit out like 500 topics for you. And then we make it really easy just to import those into Marky. And so some users have 1,000 topics. And so, you know, that's a great way to kind of get that variety. And as we've seen users have more and more topics, we wanted to create different user experiences that support working with that larger number of topics. So we've introduced some, just again, for our beta users actually requested this. And so thank you guys for helping us develop this product. But yeah, if you go and you can go into bulk mode, and then you can bulk select topics, and you can bulk move them, bulk delete them, bulk generate from topics, bulk generate from a category. So just a lot of UX experiences around that if you try it out, you'll get to experience that. There's a few little keyboard shortcuts as well that are like some power user shortcuts. If you hold down Command, that will enter you into bulk mode, so that you can go and bulk select. You can also hold down Shift and select one at the top and one at the bottom, and it will select all of those. So yeah, just some different bulk options.
You can also, something we've had requested for a little while, is skipping and locking time slots. So in the past, if you wanted to not post on a certain day, there wasn't really a way to do that. So now you can skip a time slot, and you can access that on your scheduled page. You can click into that little more menu, and there's a skip time slot option. And what that will do is it will say you're not going to post that day. So if you don't want to post on Christmas or whatever, you can just do that. You can also do it for way in the future before your queue has even reached that point. And so, and just add a skip time slot for whenever you know that you're going to want to skip that time. And then the other part of it is locking a post to a certain time. So if you ever, again, if you want to post something on Thanksgiving Day, but you're also managing your queue a lot and kind of reorganizing things and moving things around, there's kind of that, in the past, that post that you wanted on Thanksgiving might be at a different time on a different day because you've been messing with the queue. So you can lock the time. Basically, locking just skips that slot, but then adds it as a custom time for the exact same time, which means that it will go out, and it's guaranteed to go out at that time, and your queue won't mess with it. So yeah, those are two options to help make working with your queue a little bit easier, help you kind of post when you want to post.
Yeah, and next is our new schedule. So this was released around the same time, And now we actually allow you to choose different times for different days. So before you had to choose one time across the entire week. That's that.
Yeah. New posting schedule gives you a little bit more options. You can post, have more options on when you're posting and what times.
Yeah, so sorry for the feature dump, but that's been what you've been up to the last 3 weeks.
Um,
Man, you guys been busy.
Yeah, we've been working.
let's see. So there are a lot of features here, and we realize that. So one of the things, there's a couple things that we have been doing to help you with all these new features and learn some of these things. So first off, we have a getting started series for Marky. We had a really old one that was kind of poor. So we redid it recently, and this is great for, if you're onboarding someone new or you yourself are new to Marky, you can use this. We'll post it in the chat here. And this is actually just a link to all our Marky playlists. But getting started series will be great for if you want to get a little bit more information about how to use Marky, how it kind of works and stuff like that. And similarly, we also have on that link, we have, let me open that again. There's also this new releases playlist. So for anyone that wants to kind of stay up to date with what Marky's releasing, see kind of more in-depth videos about all these features and how they work and kind of the stay up to date, you get all the updates right here. So whenever we release new features, we'll record videos that kind of go in depth about how to use them, how they work. And you can find that on our YouTube new releases playlist.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe so that you get the notifications, because we do release that video within a few days of releasing the feature. So, and they're
that's one of the first things we do when we have a new feature out.
It's the best way to kind of know about them.
Cool. Well,
have time for a demo.
Yeah. Let's see. So now we'll answer.
Well, what about the future? We should talk about a couple of the features. Well, at least to answer your questions. Sorry. One of the questions here was the ability to create new templates. And a few people talked about that.
Yeah, so we're actually working on that right now. That's something we've had requested for a long time. So there's a couple of things we're working on, being able to have a lot more colors with a palette and like just being able to create one palette and then Marky using it in a variety of ways and like a lot more smarter color applications. So it should just make your post instantly have a lot more variety of colors. And then the other part of that is templates. So being able to create templates, create those designs, or something like if you don't really want to create stuff from scratch, there's going to be ways to, but you still want to like tweak things. You can duplicate any Marky template and then edit it as much as you want to get it exactly how you want it to look. Maybe you want to change that logo size until we actually officially support that. Things like that, it'll allow you to kind of have your own versions of templates that you can use in your posts. So we're looking forward to that. You can also, just create, especially for agencies, or if you have a designer, you can actually create entire themes, just for your business.
Yeah, I mean, one reason we're really excited about this and why we're moving towards Marky being more kind of controllable by those who want to, both on the prompting side and on the template side, is the relationship we want to have is, if users want to come to Marky directly for just kind of the generic Marky experience, they can come to us. However, if agencies kind of are specialized in, say, like lawn care or travel or something like that, they will have had, maybe be able to build out all these templates for travel and prompting flows for travel. And so, people, if they want travel type posts and posting experience, then we can kind of have that relationship with our agencies to give that kind of experience to them. So that's kind of what we're building towards.
Cool.
Quick question regarding APIs. I started to do some vibe coding and I'm fooling around with N8N and things like that. And then it dawned on me with Marky in the future, would it be able to connect to something like NAA, the agents, and like have the agents work with Marky and like do everything? If I could set it up in a, I think they call it like an agentic flow or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we've definitely considered an API. I think we could have some API access where we would obviously have to figure out like a pricing around that. And one of the things that makes it a little bit difficult to do an API access to Marky is like a lot of Marky is kind of editing those posts inside our platform. And a lot of what, so, you know, it's like, yes, you can maybe say, hey, Marky, can you give me a post? It could give you a post, but then you still have to go to Marky to edit it unless you want to build your own editor. So those are some of the complications we've had in the past.
That would still save time for somebody who's got to do like 100 companies a month for posting is like what I'm thinking about with the car dealerships. If I could automate all the holidays a year ahead of time, that would save me a tremendous amount of money and time.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah.
Cool. I see Michael, you have your hand up. Oh, your audio is
think
not
you're
coming
muted.
through.
I have a quick question.
Yeah, go for it.
You know how you see those posts on Facebook that actually like show text and it's like you can't go too many words or whatever characters, otherwise it'll not show like those nice big colorful text. I don't, what do you call those? Whatever that is. And this is a really rookie question. I'm so sorry asking it. Do you guys do that? Is there a special mode for that? Is there a way to do that?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I remember someone on a podcast talking about those. No one knows what those are called. But I mean, it's really just a gradient background, right? So I think that would be something once you can create your own templates, you could create a template for that. Yeah,
but it's not the data type of like a text only template to Facebook is
yeah,
supported.
exactly what Facebook does there. They don't provide that as an API to third parties. Yeah.
Okay, so okay. So we'd have to create it on your platform using your own software to make that thing that looks like Facebook's text only, whatever. And then is that, so that's where you're headed? Is that where you're probably mixing images too with that, but like you could do only text only?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead.
Oh, we do have a couple templates that are, I guess we have some pretty like text, really simple text-based templates that are only text, you know, but
it looks somewhat similar to that.
Yeah, but to get it exactly, you probably have to make your own template once we release that.
Oh, so you do have text only right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think to what Tony was saying, his point was like, you know, you want to do a lot of, well, I mean, this is what it's your vision, right? Where you make it easy to just have people post for the clients, or, you know, you create a prompt. Would we attach a knowledge base, or would upload some document? Would there be like a centralized place, like, okay, here's company information about A product, B product, and then you just point your, how does that actually going to work? Because I think that'd be really interesting, because I feel like, you know, rather than use these sort of pre-canned templates, which they're very good, by the way, what you've created, right? Maybe it'd be really interesting to just do like only text only on those image backgrounds. So at least it feels a lot more organic and less canned, and it could be really based on true information about their client. I mean, this is probably what you're already thinking, right?
Yeah, so after the creating your own custom templates, I think our next big feature release will be kind of around what you're talking about. We're calling it an agentic CMS, content management system. So think kind of like your Google Drive, but inside Marky, and it has like all the customers' data. You can just, you know, drag and drop everything you could think of related to the business, and then Marky will use all of that to create, including like images, you know, websites, docs, product descriptions, all of that. Just
you can like include it all in a prompt and include any type of data you want in that prompt, and generate a variety of types of content.
Yeah. And then can you get really specific? Like if somebody has like, let's say your home improvement company, and they have a special offer, like the first month is buy 3 get 1 free, next month is 25% off, next month is it? Can we pre-can all of those offers? I guess you don't need AI for that, right? But you could draw upon AI if you wanted to, as long as you're real specific in your knowledge base. I don't know.
Yeah, and we are at some point we'll release campaigns, which also would be kind of a way to kind of like what you're talking about, have certain times for certain types of deals and things like that. But yeah.
Okay, cool. Guys, maybe you should make like something like that Michael robot, where it just literally like a avatar thing speaks a video and then post that as a post, huh? That's
Yeah, we
pretty cool.
talked about that as well. Yeah, having like a
Yeah.
character for your business.
What tool is that, man? What is he using there? Does he?
It's in this Google Meet thing.
That is so cool,
Oh,
man.
man.
It's just
Yeah,
so
you
weird.
know, I
That
was I was gonna ask, but I was afraid to. Yeah,
I
that
always
thing is
I
awesome.
always just tell people I'm in the metaverse is what I usually say, but it's just yeah, this Google Meet thing's different. YouTube, I have even better ones where it's actually, I mean, anything I move, anything I touch, any facial expression, it does everything. But real quick question. So I've noticed with a lot of the different posts through all my different clients, sometimes it'll say talking about the backyard of a house for my realtor, but then it posts a picture of the bathroom. So then I go into the edit to change the photo, and it's taking a lot of time to get the photo and resize it, put it in the back, instead of what would be really cool is if I can just say, click this photo, replace it with this photo, and it automatically puts it there, adjusts it into that square. So then I don't need to go in and spend, you know, it takes 3 or 4 minutes to do, but that's the time thing.
Yeah, I think a couple great. I think the base of the issue you're talking about is just finding better image.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so that would be the best thing. Yes.
So definitely that's something I'm working on, and running some A/B tests for that right now. But you might not know that if you go into the design editor and just click on an image, and then click one of the images that you're wanting to replace, it will do that swap for you.
Oh
So,
shit, it does.
And you can drag and
you
drop.
can also drag and drop the image onto that, and so you don't have to redo all the cropping and stuff.
Can you demo that now? Because I tried that and it didn't work for me. Because I figured you guys would have had thought about that already, but it just never works for me for some reason.
It worked for 2 of the photos just now, Tony, and that was pretty cool. But it stopped.
Here.
Oh yeah, it says cannot load the image.
Okay, so if I have
That would save my VA a lot of time.
so I'm just gonna go ahead and delete this. And then, so we have this image here, and just to show it in a crop, like, you know, I spend all this time cropping it and whatnot. I can, as long as I have that selected, any of these others will just, if I click them, they just replace it. And then you can also drag and drop it into.
So
Well,
there's
go up to your library and do that though with that image. So your actual personal photos.
We might not have any library image. Here, you can switch to the Marky account.
Well, if you're having issues with the library, it should be working. So let us know. And we can the issues with the library. Okay. Yeah, we'll look at that. Maybe we didn't test that fully. So
Thank you.
Sweet. Yeah. So, you know, thank you guys for showing up, and I know you have a lot of questions. And we'll answer a few more of them. I think in the future we might need to extend this meeting a little bit.
It is 45 minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. I did want to make a quick announcement before anyone drops is, you know, one of the ways that we are wanting to grow is by having partners like you that are wanting to be affiliates for Marky. So if you're interested in that, can you maybe comment in the chat called affiliates? That's something I'm wanting to do more, is support affiliates better. I don't think that's something that we have really done in the past, but you know, by like creating ad assets for you guys, and I think I want to host like one meeting a month with affiliates to answer any questions, to give you the latest updates, kind of an inside circle, and to help you with any like questions you have, or help you figure out how to like promote it. And so, yeah. It seems like you guys are very obviously excited about where Marky's going. And so if that's a way that you want to help us grow, you know, we are bootstrapped company. So that means we just are growing by word of mouth and by organic growth. So this is a great way to kind of partner together and build this thing together and see how far we can take it. So
we'll answer a few more questions. But let's see, we got for the CTA, we have gotten feedback that people sometimes want a harder way to set CTA. Right now, actually dynamically, we made it a little bit looser on choosing the CTA to better choose the CTA that fits the post that it's writing. And sometimes that can be more engagement driven instead of just always directing to website. But we have gotten feedback that some people want that like really hard set CTA. So we are, I think, working on a way to both either choose let Marky kind of like figure out a CTA for you and like soft recommend CTAs, or to have a more, always use this. So
but to answer that a little bit, what we've been telling people, and this actually goes back to what we were talking about at the very beginning of this meeting, that there's a new setting that you can find in your business settings that wasn't there before. It's called copywriting instructions. So before, people were wanting, kind of their ability to do their own prompting, and I think the CTA is a great example. If there's something that's just not doing that you want it to always do, like if you always want it to include CTA, then right here, always include CTA. Because like Eli said, we used to do that, but then we found like that sometimes it sounded natural for the post and sometimes not. So this is where you really get to dial it in with your preferences. What's another example of something they could do here?
Yeah, anything that you're like, I wish Marky just did this a little bit different, or I wish the prompting was a little bit different in this way. This copywriting instructions is kind of like the catch-all spot for you to adjust Marky's prompting. This goes directly in when it goes to generate a post caption. So feel free to add any instructions. Ban words is another common one. If you don't want it, you can try that here, or any other kind of thing that you want to try to tweak in terms of how Marky generates.
Obviously, it is still AI, so even if you say always include CTA, it's best hope that it will. But yeah,
it's an art.
It's an art. Yeah.
All right, Raina. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Go for it.
Did you call Ran? Sorry, what name?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay,
How do you
sorry.
pronounce your name?
My issue is actually, Steven touched on it. I have a new patent pending tool that it's not like a common thing. So I'm having quite a bit of issue because it's not like it's a moisturizer and everyone knows what a moisturizer is. So I need to kind of put information about my tool into the system. So because I love the prompts, but I'm spending so much time changing those actual posts that are generated to kind of match up with what I need. And I was wondering, I have a lot of information about this tool, and I was wondering if there's a place I can dump this information so the AI can glean from that information and make posts that are more worthy for my product.
Yeah. So there's a few options for you. So the first off is memory. You can add text about your product in memory. It can pull that in when it goes to generate a post. That's one place. Another place is those copywriting instructions. If there's a few details that you like, here are facts you always should include whenever you generate a post, or you should know about, you can include those in that copywriting, or like the business detail. And then another place is if after the fact that it generates a caption, those snippets with the AI modify button, where you can kind of like add a snippet to correct it in some way. You can add details about like, you can create a snippet that's like kind of the correction snippet that says, here's all the details or things that you really need to know about my product, like correct anything about this caption that isn't on point with my product. And then you could run a snippet over it.
Also, topic descriptions are right now a good way to do that. In the future, we're going to move away from that, but right now you can put like a lot of details in your topic description, especially if it's like different topics about different features, and then you can really expand on those. And
maybe I'm not sure how the snippet will work, but like I'm trying to have my name, which is trademark, under all uppercase, and it keeps spelling it lowercase, and I'm like driving me nuts.
Yeah, that's a good thing in copywriting.
Copywriting and voice would be the main places to say those. Yeah.
Okay, and I can't tag people.
Correct. Yeah, there's no tagging right now. I think there's a roadmap.
Will that be coming up? Something that we can tag people or no?
It's on our roadmap.
Yeah, so it just kind of depends on how many votes it has.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Request,
You got any review sites you want to push? You guys are doing such a great job. I like to put out a couple of reviews out there for you.
Oh, that'd be great.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we haven't been pushing our review sites as much as we should, but we are on G2 and Trustpilot.
Yeah,
Why don't you guys create Oh, sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say, you guys can create like a little powered by feature, powered by Marky. You can select it. So every one of these people have thousands of posts powered by Marky. And for doing this, you get this reward. And that reward could be, I don't know, like a little feature that's like unique, like a free API, or it just like, because you've got a massive army of massive, like, it could be
Good
really
idea.
subtle, right at the bottom, at the very bottom of the text, just subtle, where like people wouldn't mind. Like, I will help this team out. I want them to be around years from now.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool to hear.
Yeah, we had something like that on our free mode, but yeah, also had we ended up taking it off. But yeah, that's a good
Give
maybe
them some
like
juice.
optional
Give them some juice.
option thing.
Free accounts or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Juice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Alex.
Hi everyone. I was just thinking in terms of the first of all, great job what you're doing. Second of all, in terms of the call to action, one of the tricky things with having just one bot do all the different, do a call to action is that there's like, social media call to actions, there's a download, trial or demo, there's a whole bunch event registration. So there's a whole bunch of different types of call to actions. And then underneath, like, for example, social media call to actions, there's like a react or a share or comment or join the conversation. And each of those are very specific and kind of unique to what, the person's looking to do. And it might be helpful if you can probably like design something so that people can do a little bit of visioning what their kind of templates are going to look like beforehand. So then you can have very specific AI bots to kind of provide the kind of content that they're looking for. Does that make sense?
I think so. I think there's one way that you could specify call to actions. You can tie them more to specific topics if you put those call to actions in the description of that topic. So that's one way to kind of specify.
In the future, we will like categories will be a way that we want to section out content. So you could have for categories specific hashtags, specific CTAs, stuff like that within a category. So all posts within that category have those.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, it's at some point. I'm sorry. I love what you guys do. I'm just geeking out. I'm gonna call out Josiah. He's got a degree in mathematics from Oxford. So like, like he's the real deal. So I'm just geeking out. I love talking to you guys. You're really smart. I mean, I haven't really met you. I'm sorry. What was your name? Your name is
Eli.
Eli, I haven't met you, but I love what you do. And really what I'm looking at here is, the main thing that I'm finding as I, create bots and prompts and so forth is, the need to really limit bots to having a very specific purpose and then chaining them together. So the more you have a bot do, the worse it's going to be. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, I do agree that, by setting, and I'll cut it off short after this, is that, by creating a kind of category that these little bots act in, you can define like the world, the overall space that it's looking at. But still you're going to want to be able to call to action. Not everyone's going to have a download, for example. So, you're going to want to be able to have certain specific call to actions based on the world and then, have it so that it's appropriate to we can talk.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're definitely, would love to, if you have ideas, let us know. We'd love to chat with you. Right now, Marky does use a pretty chain of very specific bots to do very specific things in how it generates posts. And it kind of is an agentic workflow right now, actually, in the back end. But I'm sure there's ways to improve it, and sounds like you have some ideas. So feel free to reach out and
cool.
talk.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was gonna say one other thing about the affiliate thing is that because when somebody has a real secret sauce of doing something, they don't want to share it. But this is just posting, so it's like, who cares? Like, we'll share the love about Marky, right? And all it's got to do is include our affiliate link. So boom, you're sort of making passive income for all your people. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And if you just give them some sort of reward, I don't know what it is, like 5 free accounts or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. No, thanks for that idea. We'll look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have also a refer friends, which is a slightly different. It does give you a free account for each person you sign up.
But agencies,
Oh,
don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. So not just money, but like, what is your referral thing? 20% or?
Yeah, 30% for lifetime.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty good, man. You should, if you had that feature, threw it up there, powered by, with my affiliate link, boom, I do it, 30%.
Is that
Mhm.
Why not?
30% residual every month?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll definitely sign up.
Dude, turn that on, man. Come on. Let's see
Yeah.
you go to right now. Throw your
Yeah,
computer on.
yeah, turn it on. I'm ready to sell now.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
What's the
also,
relation between you guys? You brothers? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
I was gonna say this is clearly that. Yeah, sorry.
one of the things that's great with Marky is that if you have multiple accounts, I mean, you could just create multiple pages, multiple things that you do, and then just do your regular posting. Like I have a religious organization. If all of a sudden, like in my flow of posts, I just want to put in my affiliate post for Marky, well then, bam! I'm already having Marky. If I'm already having Marky, deliver content for these people, then you might as well. Actually, it'd be really helpful if you could create posts for Marky that could be easily
Wow.
slipped into just have them slipped right into the workflow for the people who have affiliates, right? Just like here's your affiliate
Yeah.
post.
Wow, Alex,
Yeah,
took it
the
next
30.
level.
He's
He took it next level.
Marky business for affiliates that you can just set up a Marky business affiliate account, and then it's all preset with assets and stuff. That'd be cool.
And
Give us preferred
also
stock,
it
guys.
can tie in with
Preferred
your
stock.
themes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it one of your posts.
I'm actually
good
ready to
call,
start a
Alex.
YouTube channel just for Marky and car dealers. No, I'm saying a lot of
Yeah.
people asking me about, hey, how do you do that posting stuff for the car dealership? So I've been thinking about maybe starting a YouTube channel. So with that affiliate program, everything might fall into place.
Yeah.
But with the,
Again,
but with
that
the
is-
affiliate link,
Yeah.
just make sure that we can change it to something we want it to be, because most of the mastermind groups that I'm in, they do not like affiliate links for what we're doing. So, I usually put in like VIP discount. That's usually what I'll code it as that. So then they think they're getting something instead of knowing, because they're smart. They're black hatters, gray hatters. They know when it's an affiliate link. But if I can call it something else, it kind of makes it, like a Facebook group in a local area for Scottsdale, Arizona. You can join in there and just do Scottsdale discount. You can call it like that. And it's just so, if we can name it our own affiliate link, that would be cool.
Okay, great. Yeah, this is all really good feedback. Again, if you are interested in being an affiliate, drop your email in here if you haven't, along with like the word affiliate. And I think there's enough conversation on here. It seems like there's enough people interested that I probably will start setting up a monthly call or something with affiliates, so we can talk about this and figure out how to support you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. This is Marky Office Hours. We do this first of every month, or first Thursday. And we'll be posting this on our Facebook community group, on our YouTube channel. So if you want to see the recording, you can get that. Thanks so much for joining, and we'll see you next month. All right. Take care.
Thank you.